Frankie. I am 12 years old, and let me redo that, and I will cut this out. Hi, I'm Frankie. I'm 12 years old. Today is the third day of lesson 1, which is sound design and massive. This is the third day we're going to be going through filters and LFOs, which is what creates the normal dubstep wop, 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 wop sound. So we'll be going through that. So let's just get started here. As usual, we're going to open up massive. I'm not sure what else is new with this sound design tutorials. And it's going to take forever to load because my computer is a failure. And then, so yeah, massive's open as usual. So since we're just going to be going through the filters, let's just keep just this sound so we can kind of hear. Let's pull it down like 24. It's a little low. I have my caps lock keys a little bit too low. Okay, so let's turn on filter 1. So yeah, this is the filter, obviously. This is the daft or low pass. But right now I just want to show you these LFOs here. So this is like the same thing as an envelope. You bring it over, and then you click on the thing, and you drag it up to how much you want to modulate. I also forgot to mention that in the envelopes because I'm kind of dumb. You have to click and drag it up to make it modulate whichever direction, up or down. You can make it modulate the opposite direction. So let's just start with this. So this LFO is a low frequency oscillator, which is very, very low frequency. So right now it's stuck in between this sine wave pattern, which is just a wub, wub, wub thing, and this sawtooth pattern, which is a dew, dew, dew type sound. So let's just switch it to this because this is what you're normally going to hear in dubstep. Like that. We can sync it to our song's BPM by clicking the sync button. So if I just play this with the metronome, I can play just a little loop here. So a drum beat would be here and stuff. Let's move it to like here. We can slow it down. So you get the point. That's just the LFO here. That's one type of setting for each of these LFOs. So you can switch between here or here. You can also modulate this. There's a box there, anything with a box. This is the amplitude. So this is no modulation, and then as we turn it up, there's more and more until there's full modulation, and it's modulating that whole thing. They have all these cool different types of waves. So you can get the point. Pretty crazy waves. So I normally do not use this LFO setting. Up here I will use this performer setting because you can do more complex things here. So let's just keep this synced to 1/4. So this is obviously going dow, 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 as you can see here. So let's choose something else. I'm just clicking this load curve button, and it changes this to here. It changes that little thing. So we can select. Now it's gonna make all of these that. This is the amplitude of them. You can just select by like dragging up and down, clicking, dragging. But for this, I'll normally just use the wub or like this. And the same thing, you can switch between the top or the bottom. So let's make kind of a little complex pattern here. Let's make it a little faster. They have all these cool little things. Let's modulate this a little bit more. As you can see, unlike the LFO, this only modulates up or only modulates down. unlike the LFO where it modulates up and down. So yeah, that's basically the performer on LFO. Then there's this third thing, the stepper. And what this is you can just select random. Let's have a little bit more of a random pattern so you can hear what it's doing. So you kind of just get the point. You can, now there's two different types of things. There's this free type of thing where you can just click anywhere and it'll go there, or you can click snap to grid. It'll go either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 here. It'll snap to just one whole number. So I don't know, just some people like to use that because they can see a little bit more what they're doing. I don't know. I normally do not use that because I normally use this stepper to draw in like a waveform like this and make it go like super fast. You can hear. Also, while we're here, let's slow this down so I can show you the glide modulation, which is basically making it glide from here to here to here to here. So if we turn it on, so let's just have it go for the first 4. So this is obviously, there's no gliding. Now you can hear there's a gliding. And then you can see it shuts off there because the lights aren't there. So let's do what I normally use the stepper for. Let's just make a waveform thing. So you can hear that's a little slow. Let's put it. So that's basically all there is to the LFOs. So let's just make a little. This is going super fast. Maybe I should slow it down a little. So let's just go back to our old little thing that we made. Let's get to the filters because obviously we've gone through LFOs. So what this is this is the filter frequency cutoff. So if you've never used a filter before, I'll go through what a filter does. I'll try to visualize it here. So let's shut this filter off within Massive. Now we can't apply LFOs to this because this is a logic effect. It has nothing to do with Massive. This is just to show you what the sound is. So this is the main frequency, and then there's all these harmonics. So it's also it also has notes above it, like an octave above and 2 octaves above. And so you can hear there's that. So what this is, what a low pass is, or in a daft or a low pass, there's low pass there. It's basically doing this, but with a little bit less of a steepness. Like that. Okay? So it's kind of like that. Now what this resonance is if you turn the resonance up, there's that little dip in front of it. But normally it'll be about like that much. Sounds kind of like glitchy in the in the Logic filter. That's kind of weird. But that's a low pass. So let's turn off what we just did there. So you can see this is with no resonance. It's just kind of going like that, and then with resonance. So you kind of get the point there. So those are low pass filters. There's also high pass, which is the opposite. Let's shut it off again so I can visualize. This is a low pass, or a high pass. So it goes like that. And then there's also a band pass, which is taking a frequency like this and then it's moving both of these. So this would be what would be higher up. Hold on. This thing is being very finicky. So it's basically just taking like a band. This is why it's called a band pass. It's taking one band. You can hear what it's doing better when I use band pass. So this is the width of that band. So like it could have been from here to here, or it could be from like super thin, like that much frequency, or from here to here. So obviously this is pretty thin. Let's use a thinner LFO so you can kind of see what it's, or a slower LFO so you can just see what it's doing. I forgot to say this is looping in the Performer LFO, so it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it's going back to the beginning. This is also the start point, this little yellow thing, so we can start it there whenever we press a note. I'm sorry, I'm really dumb. I always forget to tell you guys these things. So let's just do a super slow so you can hear it's going like that. The logic thing is just kind of giving it a little bit of a delay before it goes down, and you can see. So, but really it's just going up, down, and then if we can make it wider. And then resonance does the same thing, adds those little like things in front of each side. That actually sounds pretty cool. And then there's a double notch. Now, a notch is basically taking, if this is the whole frequency, it's taking something like this, like that. And then the resonance is how wide this band is, I'm pretty sure. Like that. So you can play around with these things. The most common ones are for dubstep are low pass, band pass, and notch. The double notch. Here, let's shut this off again. Which one is this? There. So you can, this will make some pretty cool sounds. It kind of just gives it the same sounds as the other filters. Then there's a band reject, which is basically the same thing, but this is the width of the band, that it's the notch. This is how wide it is. Then there's a few other ones. There's like this comb. Which creates some freaky tones. There's this scream filter, which some people might have heard before. This is the daft, I've already gone through this. Then there's this acid filter, which is just a pretty resonant low pass, I'm pretty sure. It's got like, yeah. So just play around with this. The low pass 4, I'm pretty sure that's the steepness. So like, it could be like a low pass 4 would be like this, and then a low pass 2 would be like this, or something. Something along those lines. So just to experiment a little bit more with these wobbles, let's just show a little bit more about, go a little bit more in depth about the routing here. Let's make it faster and not turtle slow. So you can hear that. And as we went through in day 1, if we put this in the middle, it's going through both filter 1 and filter 2. But what I didn't go through is this slider over here. So right now these filters are running in parallel when it's down here, which means that it's going, this signal is going that way and that way. The lines are parallel. Or you can run it in series, where it'll go from filter 1 through both filter 1 and filter 2. So let's do that. You have to, with the series, you have to push this up and push this down, and it'll go through filter 1 and filter 2. So there's no filter on filter 2, obviously, but now there is. So let's modulate this bandwidth which creates a cool sound. I use this combo of filters in a lot of my songs. And like I said, you can switch between these. So yeah, just keep playing around with that. That's pretty much the LFOs and filters in Massive. It's pretty simple. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, let's get to this filter modulation here. We already went through that, didn't we? I'm so smart. Yeah, but let's try adding some filter modulation just to hear what it sounds like with the LFOs. Put it a little bit deeper. You can hear that's like heavy. This sounds crazier with different oscillators than just this, like. You kind of get the point. That's a little quiet. So yeah, just have fun. This is what's really gonna characterize the sound and make it dubstep-y. There's no rules in what a dubstep wobble is. So I mean, like, you can use a high pass. Okay, let's just run this back. Which can sometimes make cool sounds, but I don't know. Just play around, see what you like. And yeah. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like these videos. There will be more next week, if I can. So, yeah. Bye.